Chapter 88 The United States strikes again, and the second ban comes. February 7. The strong rise of Bachin technology is unique in history, because no company can quickly occupy a large market in just a few months like Bachin technology. The Longwa computer operating system market was captured by Bachin technology. It can be said that the time, location, people are all ready. Without Microsoft's threat to cut off supply, Bachin technology would never have achieved what it has now. Hundreds of millions of computers in the Longwa market are all eagerly seeking new systems to replace the Win system. Even though the regular version of the Bachin system sells for only 299 yuan, it still makes terrifying profits. However, after Bachin systems captures most of the Longwa computer market, the rate of profit expansion will slow down rapidly, and it will fall into the same red ocean situation as Microsoft. Then, Bachin technology will either enter overseas markets or seek breakthroughs in other businesses, such as semiconductors. This time, Microsoft has successfully transformed from a traditional software vendor to a cloud software vendor, and its two major businesses, off-office software and cloud services, have become new profit growth points. Bachin technology spans the three major fields of software, internet, and semiconductors. If it truly grows, Microsoft will definitely not be Bachin technology's opponent. This huge cash reserve cannot be easily used except for investment plans. With the epidemic impacting the global economy, companies without sufficient cash reserves will have a very difficult time. Regarding the investment in semiconductors and graphene, Luo Yang has already made plans before, and all he needs to do is follow the plan. All aspects of business are growing rapidly, and personal relationship issues have also been resolved. Luo Yang is no longer worried at this moment and starts to work hard invested in technology research and development. The first is the operating system department. As Luo Yang is best at it, the development progress of the mobile operating system project is already advancing rapidly. The mobile phone system project is improved on the basis of Bachin computer system. First of all, the kernel is changed from a compatible kernel to a microkernel, which greatly reduces the size of the system and reduces a lot of code. The new mobile phone system will adopt a semi-closed design. After absorbing the advantages of the closed design of the iOS system, it will also make up for its shortcomings. The file management of iOS is not open. Many users who have used it said that it is one of the most difficult software to use in their lives. This is caused by the closed design of iOS. In order to solve this problem, Luo Yang and the development team adopted the method of porting the time machine simulator. The time machine simulator is essentially a virtual machine. When users add or transfer files to the phone from the outside, they will be stored on the simulator. All opening, use, and even software installation will run in the simulator. These application files that have not been reviewed by the software store are likely to carry various virus trojans, but with the isolation of the emulator, no Trojan viruses can harm the real system kernel. Just like the strategy of computer system expansion, the existence of the time machine simulator means that the Bachin mobile phone system has the ability to simulate any mobile phone system, whether it is an Android desktop or an iOS app. It can be opened in the simulator. By then, with the same rich extended functions as the Android system and the security enclosure of the iOS system, the Bachin mobile system will shock everyone once it is released. On the other side, in the newly established semiconductor department, 5 experts from the Long Academy of Science and Technology also entered work after receiving scientific research funds allocated by Bachin Technology and Luo Yang. After figuring out the technical level of the entire technical team, began to show part of the Kunlun chip architecture design intentionally or unintentionally. Senior engineer and Lu Gong were immediately shocked. Mr. Luo, do you also know about integrated circuits? Senior engineers who have studied streamlined instruction sets at Longshin all their lives were shocked at the time. He realized that this was a brand new chip architecture that also adopted a streamlined instruction set design. Although only a small part was shown, but it already gave him enlightenment in many places. I studied by myself during college. I have even developed the underlying code of the system. Isn't it normal to continue to learn more about integrated circuits? Mr. Luo, you are indeed a genius. Then Gao Gong and Lu Gong each asked several questions about the semiconductor industry, and Luo Yang answered them quickly. At this time, the other 3 experts from Lonka Academy also came together and asked various questions in turn. Luo Yang, all the answers are fluent. 5 experts from the Academy of Dragon Science were completely shocked by Luo Yang. He is indeed a super genius who can develop an operating system. He is so powerful even in cross-border games. However, the 5 people all understood the truth that the wind will destroy a tree that is beautiful in the forest, so they did not disclose this matter to more people. The 5 people and Luo Yang separately signed a confidentiality agreement that lasted for decades. When it is announced to the outside world in the future, it will be claimed that the chip architecture was jointly developed by 5 big guys, and Luo Yang is happy to hide behind the scenes. All the patents of the Kunlun architecture still belong to Beichin Technology, but the names of the developers will be changed to 5 experts from the Dragon Academy of Sciences, who will block the guns for Luo Yang. The Kunlun chip architecture was regarded by the technical team as a new architecture, jointly developed by 5 experts. After receiving part of the architecture, the entire technical team was excited. This is a brand new streamlined instruction set architecture. The experts from the Long Academy of Science and Technology are so awesome. Sure enough, inspiration requires many people to collide. And with the huge scientific research funding support from Beichin Technology, I think there is hope to develop this architecture. When designing this architecture, you can also improve the EDA software from beginning to end. The entire semiconductor sector is in full swing. Similarly, Luo Yang also pointed out some technical difficulties for Lu Gong in terms of EDA software, and the development progress of CEDA software was greatly accelerated. As for Xincheng Microelectronics, after receiving the capital injection from Beichin Technology, the originally stretched scientific research funds were resolved, and the progress of research and development in all aspects was rapidly accelerated. The 28 nanometers lithography machine, which was originally expected to be developed in late 2021, may come out half a year ahead of schedule. At the same time, Beichin Technology secretly rented a private laboratory, and the graphene technology team poached by Zhou Hao has secretly settled here to continue developing Graphene Project B. After the new headquarters is built, they will move into the graphene laboratory in the new headquarters. Everything is going smoothly according to Luo Yang's plan. In an instant, a month flew by. December 25, 2020. Is Christmas in the West. On Christmas Day, a latest ban from the United States finally woke up Luo Yang, who was immersed in technology research and development. After being counterattacked by Beichin Technology, several major technology giants who had hidden their fangs and claws and licked their wounds alone now revealed their ferocious faces again. Many aggressive overseas giants, together with the United States' second ban, launched the most severe attack on Beichin Technology in history. Chapter 89: The strictest ban in history. A crazy blow from a global giant. March 7. In recent years, more and more young people in China celebrate Christmas. Yesterday, on Christmas Eve, many people ran to the Bund and took selfies facing the Pearl Tower in the distance. As a holiday introduced from the West, it can be regarded as a soft cultural invasion. Luo Yang had no interest in Christmas, and was later given a blank look by Linya, who was waiting to receive gifts. Festivals are not important. What's important is your thoughts, understand? Luo Yang, who has been single for more than 30 years, said he doesn't understand. Christmas Eve has passed, but Beichin Technology is not at all safe. While Western countries were celebrating the holidays, the US government promptly issued the latest ban on Beichin Technology. Countless people in Western countries cheered for this. They have always had a mysterious and fearful mentality towards the distant East. They are afraid that the rising Eastern dragon will seize their resources, economy, technology, jobs. This kind of resource grabbing is invisible. Therefore, when the United States sanctioned Warwick and Beichin Technology, many people raised their hands to welcome it, and even shouted the slogan that Beichin Technology should go back to the Dragon Kingdom. With the eyes of the world watching, the spokesperson of the Black Palace announced the latest content of the ban. In view of Beichin Technology's refusal to comply with the US ban and continuing to harm the legitimate rights and interests of American companies, the United States has decided to impose comprehensive 570 sanctions on Beichin Technology. Article 1. From now on, global hardware manufacturers are prohibited from selling bare metal without pre-installed computer/server operating systems. Any company that does not comply with this ban will be subject to the most severe sanctions from the United States. It is prohibited to purchase products from American companies, any chip. Article 2. In view of the fact that the Beichin computer system may eavesdrop on the secrets of the United States through direct and indirect means, from now on, the United States will ban all individuals and companies that use the Beichin system for commercial activities on a global scale. These companies will be banned. Any commercial transactions with the United States and its allies are prohibited. Among them, official institutions of various countries, education, medical and other non-commercial institutions are not included in this ban. Article 3. From now on, American companies are prohibited from providing software and hardware support for any business under Beichin technology. Companies that have already provided services must immediately cut off ties with Beichin technology. News about the ban spread across the ocean to the Dragon Kingdom as soon as possible. Boom, as soon as the 3 bans were announced, the entire Dragon Kingdom was in an uproar. This is over. The sale of branded bare metals is prohibited. Now major computer and mobile phone manufacturers will definitely terminate their strategic cooperation agreements with Beichin technology. King Wang, is this crazy? Block all companies that use the Beichin system? This is a plan to block all companies in the Dragon Kingdom. Damn it, this ban is even more severe than Warwick. Several major computer brands in the world panicked instantly. The upgrade of the ban means that the previous method of selling branded bare metal to take advantage of the loopholes is completely ineffective. Damn it! If this happens, I will have to pay $50 million. HP's executives just smashed the TV, even Shangxiang, Dell, Hongqi, and Asus are not much better. Huawei, the 4 major mobile phone giants who are also watching the news, are also affected by this ban. Server manufacturers Highline Group and Shiguang Group have also been included in the scope of the ban. Everyone must either stop purchasing American chips or lose money and completely sever ties with Beichin technology. However, Beichin technology has to face far more than that. At 10 o'clock in the morning, after the Black Palace announced that it was further escalating its efforts to block Beichin technology, major well-known companies in the United States have officially expressed their stance and announced that they will sever all cooperative relations with Beichin technology. At 11:30 a.m., Intel and jointly held a press conference. Because Beichin's computer and server systems do not meet the security review standards of the U.S. government, the U.S. government prohibits all chips we subsequently produce, manufacture, and sell from being compatible with Beichin's computers and server systems. From now on, all chips sold by our company, EC, will have exclusive identification program codes embedded in the bottom layer. This identification program is only for Beichin computers and server systems. After identifying Beichin systems, the program will automatically terminate the chip operation. Forcibly installing and running the Beichin system on this chip may cause permanent damage to the chip. Everyone who saw the news cursed. As expected, Intel didn't take any action, and once he did, it was a direct act of thunder. The U.S. authorities banned global computer manufacturers from selling branded bare metals, and at the same time asked Intel and NAND to add system identification programs to the bottom layer of the chip, directly cutting off the channels for assembling computers and installing Beichin systems. Starting today, every computer and every computer chip in the future will be unable to run the Beichin computer system, including the server industry. The entire people of the Dragon Kingdom feel chilly in their hearts at this moment. Just like the morning in the 12th lunar month, when the boundless white snow covers the entire land, and there is not a single green patch in sight. At 12 noon, Microsoft held a press conference. Microsoft hardware will launch a new round of preferential activities globally. Individual/enterprise users who have previously switched from a genuine Win system to a Beichin system can still reactivate the genuine Win system for free as long as the motherboard bound to the system has not been changed. This policy is also valid for all off-office software. Microsoft, which had been dormant for a long time, once again showed its ferocious fangs after successive failures in the Dragon Kingdom market. In addition, in view of Beichin Technology's bad record and its unwillingness to repent, Microsoft has decided that the Win system will no longer be compatible with any software products of Beichin Technology. Forcing to run on the Win system will cause the system to crash or blue screen, which will cause data. Microsoft announces that it will not be responsible for the loss. The Winter Alliance officially joined hands to launch the most severe attack on Beichin Technology in terms of software and hardware. Although Beichin series products were banned before, some Beichin series software can still run on the Win system, but cannot connect to the network. Now it's even banned from running. Moreover, the free installation of the Win system launched by Microsoft is undoubtedly intended to take advantage of the impact of the US ban to regain the user share lost to Beichin system. Any commercial enterprise that installs and uses the Beichin system will be affected by the ban. For this reason, many enterprises will inevitably choose to switch back to the Win system. However, this is not the most tragic situation. There are still several world-class overseas giants sharpening their knives and preparing to start a fierce fight with Beichin Technology. Chapter 90. Fruit and Brother Goo are officially over. Encircle and suppress Beijing technology. April 7th, Beijing Technology learned about the ban immediately. Everyone in the company looked serious, and Luo Yang also suspended the work of the Technology Development Department and began to deal with the ban. The Beijing building is filled with a chilling atmosphere. The major media immediately blocked the door of Beijing building. Hello, I am a reporter from XX Media. I would like to go in and interview Mr. Luo. Sorry. Mr. Luo is in a meeting and will not accept interviews from anyone for the time being. Hello? Can you tell us about Beijing Technology's response measures? Sorry, no comment. In the conference room, company executives gathered here immediately. Even Zhang He, who was far away in Hong Kong Island, participated in the meeting through Beijing video conferencing software. Mr. Luo, Beijing Technology's phone numbers have been off the hook. Major computer vendors, mobile phone vendors, and server vendors contacted Beijing Technology immediately, saying that if the ban cannot be revoked, they will pay liquidated damages, and then fully negotiate with Beijing Technology terminate the partnership. Linya was the first to report the two-pronged approach of the United States, Intel, and other chip manufacturers directly disrupted the alliance between Beijing Technology and global hardware manufacturers. Even if they are reluctant to pay liquidated damages, many hardware vendors can only make this choice. Major state-owned enterprises also called immediately, because they have all installed Beijing servers and Beijing databases, and are also within the scope of MIWA's second ban. Only those with domestic business are doing fine, but some state-owned enterprises with overseas business are already in a panic right now. I hope we can come up with a solution. Han Feng was the second to make a report after expelling IDM and Beast Bone Script from the list of state-owned enterprises not long ago. The official launched a plan to completely replace Beijing series products. At present, most state-owned enterprises have completely replaced Beijing computers, server systems, Beijing databases, and Beijing offices. Software, obviously, the driving force behind this ban must be IDM and Beast Bone inscriptions. The two giants were driven out of the Dragon Kingdom in embarrassment, and they will never give up easily. This is bloody revenge from the two giants. Mr. Luo, many individuals and corporate users who have purchased the professional version have also called and are preparing to uninstall the Beijing computer system. Most of these companies have overseas business. In order to ensure the normal operation of the company, they are forced to switch back to the Win system, otherwise the company's overseas business will be completely cut off. At this time, Beijing Technology faced the heaviest blow since the company was founded. How many customers we won before will be lost now. The atmosphere in the entire company was so heavy that it was breathless. Luo Yang was wearing a black suit, leaning on the large boss chair with an expressionless face, listening to everyone's reports, and tapping his fingers rhythmically on the table. Is there anything else you want to report? That's all for now. Don't worry yet. The major overseas giants have been dormant for so long. They must be preparing a fatal blow. There will be others who will continue to attack us. Sure enough, at 1300 hours in the afternoon, another overseas giant company joined the crackdown, and this giant company made everyone take a breath of cold air. Fruit, the world's highest market value technology company and a world-renowned technology giant, officially held a press conference. In the newly built ring-shaped headquarters, an executive of a fruit company announced a message with a serious face. The business strategy of the fruit company has always strictly abided by the laws and regulations of various countries. Our city has strongly protested against the infringement of the voice robot patent claimed by Beijing Technology some time ago. The patent of fruit company's CC is very obviously different from that of Beijing Voice's voice robot. Beijing Technology is completely malicious and slandering, deliberately damaging the reputation of fruit company. In view of the above reasons, and in accordance with the requirements of the US ban, the fruit company will ban Beijing Technology on a global scale. All products under Beijing Technology will be banned here. As for Beijing Technology's appeal, our company will be with you at any time. As everyone expected, Fruit Company, a supergiant with a market value of $2 trillion, has officially come to an end. Almost immediately after the press conference, Fruit Company removed all Beijing Technology's software products from the shelves, and like Microsoft, cut off any traffic channels accessing Beijing Technology on its own system platform. Jiguang Search, Jiguang Payment, and other software products under its umbrella have all been blocked by Fruit Company. The number of users of Aurora Search and Aurora Search instantly decreased by a quarter. At 1500 hours sharp, the last major technology giant, Google company, finally made its official stance. In view of the third ban requirement of the US government, Google will terminate its cooperative relationship with Beichin Technology on a global scale and prohibit Beichin series products from running on Android systems. Google's speech was the shortest, but its impact was huge. The global impact is actually not big, because except for Beichin system and Office software, other businesses have been blocked. This time, all domestic mobile phone companies have received a notice from Google company, requiring them to cut off all access to Beichin technology on their Android systems within 48 hours. The mobile phone stores of major mobile phone companies will also remove all apps owned by Beichin technology. If the above requirements are not met after 48 hours, Google will revoke the mobile phone dealer's authorization to use the Android system. Major domestic mobile phone manufacturers immediately sent people to Beichin Technology to seek a solution to this matter. Pengcheng, Warwick headquarters, the gray-haired Mr. Ring couldn't help but take a breath when faced with the United States' efforts to ban Beichin Technology. Is the American guy crazy? Or do you want to start a full-scale blockade war with the Dragon Kingdom? You must know that even Warwick has not been hit by such a pervasive and crazy attack. Look who the enemies are. Warwick's overseas competitors include other 5G technology developers such as SCO, Gaoton, Fruit, Samsung, and Nokia. Beichin Technology's opponents include Microsoft, IBM, Intel, Android, Fruit, and Google. All are the world's top giant companies. Beichin Technology is fighting against the 7 giants on its own. The combined market value of these 7 opponents has reached a terrifying $5.85 trillion. Chapter 91 cracked the CPU identification program. Luo Yang's backhand for counterattack. May 7th, I'm afraid Beichin Technology will have a hard time this time. This is the unanimous view of the outside world among the 3 bans. The most insane one is the second one, which prohibits any individual or commercial enterprise using the Beichin system from trading with the United States and its allies. This means that all large and small companies that conduct overseas business will be forced to install Win systems. The number of enterprise version users is smaller than that of individual users, but a single system has the highest selling price and the highest profit, and it is also the mainstream user of genuine Office software. Losing this group of enterprise users will cause a big blow to Beichin Technology. In the future, in overseas markets, enterprises will only be able to use Win system or MAD system. However, ordinary individual users who have installed the Beichin computer system will not be affected by their daily use. Faced with the menacing 820 attack from the United States and many giants, Mr. Ren was also shocked. Although Warwick was subject to sanctions, it was still going through twists and turns to purchase Continental CPUs to tide over the difficulties. The sanctions imposed by the United States on Beichin Technology have left almost no chance of survival. That night, the official media's evening news also broadcast the news of the ban, and the people of the entire Dragon Kingdom felt an invisible pressure. Xinjiang, Beichin building, after the major giants announced their ban on Beichin Technology. Everyone at Beichin Technology became busy. Luo Yang briefly announced to the media outside the door and then disappeared. A press conference will be held at Beichin building at 10 a.m. the day after tomorrow. The media, who had been waiting outside the door for a long time, suddenly became energetic. Hold a press conference? It seems that Beichin Technology has already thought of a way. Damn it, have you noticed what Luo Yang is wearing? It's a black suit. Luo Yang and Beichin Technology are definitely holding back their ultimate move. This is Luo Yang's consistent style. Either he doesn't make a move, or he beats his opponent to death. In the afternoon, Beichin Technology had received the first batch of special CPUs from Intel and from the supplier. The production dates of these CPUs were all before Intel held a press conference, which shows that Intel and the United States had premeditated it. Then Luo Yang and the technical department began to test these CPUs overnight. Sure enough, after the CPU was installed on a desktop computer pre-installed with the Beichin system, it directly fell into a garbled state during the power-on self-test. Then the host alarmed, the fan in the chassis ran wildly, and finally crashed. After many forced boot tests, on the 15th time, a faint burning smell came out of the main case. When I took off the CPU, I saw that the CPU had been burned. After inspection by the technical department, it was found that the voltage was too high, causing the temperature to rise and burning out the CPU. After switching to the Win system, no accidents occurred. This is probably what Intel said by forcing the system to run at full power, causing permanent damage to the CPU. The detection program uses low-level assembly language and is directly written into the bottom layer of the CPU. It cannot be modified directly. Intel's software strength is still very powerful. Han Feng took a piece of burned CPU and looked at it carefully, and Luo Yang also saw the test results. Yes, although Intel is a CPU manufacturer, it is very strong in software. The Intel vulnerability incident exposed in 2018 was related to Intel's IME program. This program is a backdoor reserved by Intel. It is a CPU among CPUs. It has a complete micro-operating system and is powered by the motherboard battery. It can easily access the computer when the user's computer is not turned on and the power is cut off. All data on it. Similarly, the execution of the code identification program this time should also be related to IME. After all, the Chinese code of Beichen system is too special. It is the only one and there is no semicolon. It can be easily identified. As for the CPU not working, or even being scrapped due to current overload, it is also a very simple matter. The entire CPU from architecture development, circuit design, to production and packaging testing stages are all under Intel's control. However, Intel is not the only one who is good at software and integrated circuits, and Luo Yang, the time traveler, Luo Yang, who participated in operating system development and EDA software development in his previous life and was familiar with the Kunlun chip architecture, quickly found a way to crack Intel's so-called identification code program. The first method is simple and crude. Directly publish the crack patch of the recognition program. The user can directly invade the CPU through the patch under the Win system or Linux system interface, and cover the program shell with a layer of code to deceive the recognition program. But this is limited. Once Intel changes and upgrades new programs, the patches must also be updated accordingly. The second is to add an encryption shell written in C language to the outer layer of the Beichen system, which can also deceive the recognition program. Because the recognition program is written directly on the bottom layer and cannot be modified, the only solution is to use the above two methods. Luo Yang developed a patch overnight and wrote a new encryption shell, which also uses the disordered array encryption algorithm. If Intel can crack this algorithm, Luo Yang loses. The problem with the CPU identification program has been solved, and the threats from Intel and have been temporarily eliminated. The development speed of Kunlun chip architecture must be accelerated. Only by producing CPUs by ourselves will we no longer be threatened by Intel. After all this work, it was already dark. The air in Shanghai is cold and humid in winter, and Beichen building is on the riverside, so the feeling is particularly obvious. Of course, you can't notice it inside the building. Luo Yang stood on a high place and looked down. The cleaners had begun to clean the road. The long row of streetlights reflected the light into the Huangpu River, which made people look fascinated. After solving Intel and AND, the next one to take action is the NMI Alliance. For the MIO Alliance, Luo Yang has already had specific countermeasures in 5.3. What troubles him the most is Fruit and Gyuj. The fate of these two giants has directly blocked all the businesses of Beichen technology on the mobile phone. Since the other side has ended, it's time for the mobile phone operating system to come out. Since you want to join this war, you must be prepared to shed blood. If you provoke Beichen technology, people will die. After dawn, Luo Yang took a short rest in his private bedroom and then continued to work in the technology development department. The lights in the operating system department and semiconductor department were on for 2 whole nights. It's the third day, and the entire Beichen technology is already busy. At 10 a.m., many media have rushed to the Beichen building, and the press conference is officially here.